This is ABC News, agtlive.
Keyboard times, 14 January 2023, Tuesday. TMC Senate does skip opposition meet. Dr. Manik Shah set to be state BJP president. Major reshuffle in state police, 6 IPS, 26 TPS officers transferred. Thanking God, shaking pie first held. CIA protests were taking communal color, GMP. Tripura government Paris today alleges that a series of protests are being held by several political and apolitical fronts in the state were steadily taking a communal turn and creating tension between certain communities. GMP president and former MP Jitendra Chowdhury said the way protests were being conducted, it was nothing but an attempt to foment tension between certain communities in the name of the protests. Our party definitely opposes the Black Act, but it doesn't mean that the protests should be done with communal overtures. If this continues, the ruling force will get the opportunity to curb the voice of dissent very easily, Chowdhury told a news conference on Monday. Referring to communal tension at Gadachara, Kanchanpur, Manughat and certain parts of Kauai district last month, he said, it has been observed as to how the protests took a turn of conflicts between certain communities living peacefully together. Though the stages are different, the faces are different, and also the stations are different, our motive should be to thwart the law from being enacted rather than going against each other of us. We appeal everyone to continue protests, but not in a way that would push the state towards a dangerous end, Chowdhury added. Chief Executive Member Radhacharan Debarma, who was present at the press conference, announced a series of protests against the CAA. On 22nd January next, the Supreme Court will hear GMP's petition on CAA. The party has decided to hold a series of protests at a stretch of 1 week from 17th January to 25th January next. A mass-seated demonstration and rallies will be held in almost every subdivision headquarters of the state. De Burma told media, adding that a central public meeting would be held at Swami Vivekananda ground on 8th February next. De Burma also drew the attention of the government about the serious financial crunch the people of rural areas were facing. The festive season is around the corner, but there is no MGNREGA work or payments. This will lead to a serious situation, he added. The party also questioned against the government's decision of recruiting 3,300 posts through outsourcing and also asked the government to resolve the plight of 10,323 teachers who were set to be terminated on 31st March next. Maheshwari News CRPF DG. Tourism, government to introduce water bikes. The government announces Rs 3 lakh for Shanta's family to suspended. Manik demands judicial probe, custodial death. The former chief minister and the incumbent leader of the opposition Manik Shah today demanded judicial inquiry into the death of Sushanta Ghosh, who had been found hanging from the lavatory of West Agadla police station's lockup yesterday. The opposition leader also held the police department responsible for his death and claimed that due to such incidents, people are losing hope on the state police department. The opposition leader, who paid a visit to the bereaved family at their residence, also questioned police credibility in the wake of rising incidents of crimes. The death occurred in the custody of police, and now it is their duty to answer as to how it happened. But in view of the deteriorated law and the order situation, it can be easily ascertained that there is no rule of law in the state and people are losing their hope on the state police, he said. A very similar incident he referred took place at Udaipur a few days back, quote unquote. I personally wrote to the chief minister asking for a judicial inquiry then. A magisterial inquiry has been ordered then also, but unfortunately people know nothing about the outcome, he claimed. The government should at least order a judicial inquiry. The government cannot remain silent on such grave matters like deaths in lockup, the former chief minister added. Along with him, a batch of CPIM state leadership visited his house. Tripura Times, third page. Pro begins into genuine violence, Aishi grilled. Indic civilization could be 24,000 years old. Sonia Pay's PM misled the nation on CAA, NPR, NRC. Plea filed in Supreme Court challenging NRC. is an absent in Sonia Mead, but all's well in alliance. The many facets of disgrace, Jammu and Kashmir DSP David Singh, JP Nadda likely to become new BJP boss on 20th January. Hans Raj, student accuses teacher of violence over CAA protests. Tripura Times, 4th page, round the world. Spanish Prime Minister unveils new cabinet. Donald Trump plus the trade bars over impeachment. 19 dead as a heavy snow rain hits Afghanistan. Top U.S., Chinese, Russian officials in Sri Lanka this week. Afghanistan's close aides slated for top diplomatic missions. Nepal to include yoga in the school curriculum. Musharraf plea hearing against special court conviction resumes. Rouhani signs law blacklisting Pentagon subsidiaries. Tripura Times, 5th number page. A Congress summons Kerala leaders to Delhi to end internal feud. Unnao rape case, now doctor dies mysteriously. Assam Rifles conducted medical camp in the West Tripura district. Sonia asks Congress stalwarts to contest polls, first list soon. Bangalore Bank blames 62 due loans for crisis. Tripura Times, 7th number page, sports. Haryana Sergeant passing Maharashtra in Kalo India Youth Games, Kalo India. And the Kalo line to overtake Dravid's record on catches. And the Ponting predicts Australia will beat India in the LDI series. Ranji Trophy, Jalaj Saxena shines in Kerala's win. Bumrah most skillful in the world, bowls with intensity and nets Kohli. Tripura Times, 8th number page. Congress didn't resolve Dambur brew issues BJP. Panchayat member distributes coconut for villagers. Bridge of Hope distributes blankets. Chill in the air, dense fog in city. 9 judges Supreme Court bench focusing on larger religious issues, CJI. 60 officers transferred to Department of Military Affairs in MOD. Bloc Congress condoles on death of a senior citizen and Shampa Sharkar. JNU demands met HRD minister. Pakistan court annuls Musharraf's death sentence.